This problem asks you to think about various situations where the predictions of the rational self-interest model are not really borne out by what we see. So if we thought about a world where everybody was trying to do the best for themselves, not thinking about anybody else, doing whatever they could get away with, things would work differently in your family, at your work. Who would care about stealing your lunch if they weren't going to get caught out of the common kitchen fridge, etc. Neighborhoods, traffic. The rational self-interest model predicts nobody would vote, but we do our social obligation, or at least 50% of us do in a big election in the U.S. We're not so good at that. But many more people vote than the rational self-interest model predicts. And so B asks you to think through, well, how can we explain why these predictions of the rational choice, the rational self-interest model fail in these situations? And as the text emphasized from the get-go, people aren't merely rationally self-interest. Certainly that's part of people's motivation, but people also care about others. People prefer fair outcomes. And so those other motivations often dominate the strict rational self-interest behavior. Interestingly enough, if you do have a society where people are eager to do whatever they can get away with, the society has to spend much, much more on police enforcement than do other societies. We see this in the third world, where there's extreme income inequality, even relative to the United States, and I should say less developed countries. And anyway, there's extreme inequality, and a lot of people just don't think the system is working for them. They know it's not going to work for them, and they're going to do whatever they can get away with to get ahead. And somewhat tragically, that means countries that are poor to begin with often have to spend a higher share of their national income on police effort, and this can be very costly and make it all that much harder to grow economically, to improve the average lives of your citizens.